So without further ado, attention to orders. The Meritorious Service Medal is awarded to Master Sergeant Jason W. Becker for exceptionally meritorious service while dedicating over 21 years to the United States Army, culminating as the Operations Non-Commissioned Officer in charge of the Columbus Recruiting Battalion. Master Sergeant Becker's patriotism represented the spirit of an exceptional soldier and leader who served with the utmost distinction in every assignment. His performance and professionalism reflect great credit upon him, the United States Army Recruiting Command, and the United States Army. From 13 March 2020 to 23 September 2022, signed Kevin Bereen, Major General, U.S. Army Commanding.
Ah, here it is. He was going to pin it on me, but I told him not to. Thank you.
That's all you get for 20 years?
That's it.
So, got a little plaque for you, something to hang on your wall.
Thank you.
And something you'll remember Columbus by. So, presented to Master Sergeant Becker June 19 to August 2022 with appreciation and admiration for your leadership, dedication to duty, and unwavering commitment to excellence. From the officers, NCOs, and civilians of the Columbus Recruiting Battalion, we salute you, pioneers.
So to kind of bring this award into perspective, right? At the battalion level, me and the commander is the only one that had a battalion colors. So those guys that go above and beyond, like Master Sergeant Becker, who used to be First Sergeant Becker in Dayton Company, it was the only First Sergeant to date, and I've been here for what, going on 30 months, the only one that has made mission as a First Sergeant in that company. So it's befitting for him to get the battalion colors to hang on his wall. We should have got Dayton Company too, right?
Yeah,
but
that's right.
on there. And also, since we got this plaque done, we got a new coin. So I want to present him with the new coin as well.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Hey, but for the record, you guys took him from MEP, so.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get kind of.
No, he just left me.
Well, actually, this guy made me come.
It's called talent management.
Just so you know, he never
That's exactly right.
left Met.
Acquired.
Willingly.
Thank you.
If you didn't
did
get
not
caught playing
leave willingly.
solitaire, you could have stayed longer.
Yeah, solitaire. Somebody, I got his number on that already.
I like solitaire. What are you gonna say?
All right, I'll say something. So I came here in 2019, 2 months, I think 2 months after Jason got here, or two MEPs, and he made the show run. So when I was called to come to battalion by the CSM to run operations, he was coming with me or I wasn't going. It was a package deal. So, and he also made operations run. So
Thinking
you
for
did.
maps as well.
Yes. So, no, it's been an honor and pleasure, brother. So much, man.
You're my favorite.
I know. And I'm still your boss.
You're still my boss. You'll always be my boss. Anywhere else? Captain John, you want to say something about me nice?
Nothing nice to say.
Yeah, I'm forced to. Look at his hair. Beautiful.
No, I just got, he beat me out of the Army, obviously longer, but him and Mignano and Richmond and Sergeant Andrew here were excellent people to work with, and I'm definitely going to reach out to you and call you a friend in the future.
Thanks, sir.
It's been a pleasure.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
It's been a lot of fun.
His hair's always been this way. It's not a retirement.
I mean, it's beautiful. Finally had hair like that. Okay, I guess it's my turn. So actually, it's been 28 years, almost 29, because I did some time in the reserve. But I just want to kind of go back in time to 1992. That's when I joined the Army. Way back in 1992, I was a senior in high school, and I remember watching the commercials with the the soldiers jumping out of airplanes, and I thought, man, I just want to do that. I want to jump out of airplanes. I want to shoot people in the face. That's what I wanted to do. And I remember talking to my parents about it, my mom and dad. And my dad didn't want me to do that. And the reason being is if you join the Army, you're what's called a bullet stopper, according to him, or a grunt, or a mule, whatever you want to call it.
Cannon fodder.
Cannon fodder, whatever it is. He wanted me to join the Navy, but I didn't want to. I wanted to do something fun. And luckily, my parents were supportive enough to actually sign the parental consent to allow me to join as a senior in high school. And of course, you know, being recruiters, we all know that walk-in of a senior in high school is a pretty sweet thing, and that's what I was. And I remember my recruiter, Staff Sergeant Sears. Sears actually used to work at MEPS. It's funny because when I came out to recruiting, he was working at MEPS as a master sergeant, and it was great to see him again because he was my recruiter. And he was still around. He's retired now, but he looked like Luke Skywalker. I always remember that. And he was a terrible driver because we had to drive all the way from Newark to Columbus to test and to take the physical. And he was on and off the gas. It was terrible. That's what I remember about him. And as recruiters, we probably all have someone that remembers something stupid like that about us. I'm assuming, because I do a lot of stupid things, and I'm not proud of a lot of them. But anyways. Move on. 2003 was a year. It's when I came back to the Army. And I have some very good friends here that were with me at that time. Tommy, Ray, Eric, Fru, Sudi. I'm glad you're here. I appreciate it. We all deployed together and went to Iraq. We were in Baghdad. We had the greatest of time. I remember coming back from, what was that hotel called? Al Rashid. And Eric O'Reilly just puking out the side of the Humvee while we're in a combat zone. But those are the experiences that we had in the Army, and they were fun. They were good. I mean, there's some bad things, right? But there's a lot of good things. And when I got back from Iraq in 2004, I decided that I should just stay in the Army because I had been doing it long enough, and I might as well just stick it out. So I volunteered for recruiting, and in 2006 I came out to recruiting, and it was terrible. I sucked. I really did. I sucked. I know it's hard to believe because I'm an awesome person and everybody likes to talk to me, but I sucked. So, I don't know what it is, but so I made a phone call one day to a very good friend of mine. His name is Tom Ramage. I don't even know if you remember this. You might. I don't know if you do, but you might. But I told him how bad I sucked at selling the Army, and he said, and I quote, "You are Jason Bettger. You are the Emperor. You can do anything you want to do." Do you remember that conversation? Yep. Soon after that, I actually ended up being a really good recruiter. I don't know if it was what you said, but it certainly motivated me to be better at what I was doing. And it's stuff like that as you're going through your Army career where you meet people that have certain effects on what you do and how you do it and how it makes you better. And Tom, you made me better just from that stupid phone call we made. Yeah. There was a lot of people at Columbus West. Derek, you remember all those people?
Yeah.
We were a good team there. We had a lot of fun, a lot of late nights, a lot of long hours. But from there, I went to Maine, and it was the first time I moved Nicole out of state. It was sorry. Your fault. It was rough, but we got by because she wasn't used to being around. And if anyone knows her history, we had some issues, but we survived. We moved to Pittsburgh, where if Jason Hooper was here today, he would know that he's the reason I even got better at what I did. And he was supposed to be here. He was supposed to fly in, so things came up. It didn't happen. But Jason Hooper helped me out a lot too. He called himself a first sergeant maker, and ultimately he was right. He did good things for me that made me better at what I was supposed to do, made me better at my craft, and made me a better leader. Then we moved to Aurora,
Oh yeah.
where Anthony Graziani was there. Everyone say hi to Anthony.
Oh, Tony.
Oh yeah.
Anthony was my assistant. And if you don't know anything about recruiting, there's a lot of dirty stuff that goes on. And Anthony, I can say that now, I'm retired.
Come on, hey man, calm down.
Graziani assisted me in that dirt. We put,
So many people.
I'm retired. I'm gonna write a book. Graziani helped me do some good stuff where we were able to make mission quite a bit because of the things that we came up with. To put people in the army. Remember the 9 months pregnant girl?
Oh yeah, I've never put one in before. Yeah, that's crazy.
But hey, remember the girl with no ear? Unfortunately, we couldn't get her in, but we sure did try. Apparently, you have to have 2 ears to join the army. What? You do have to have 2 testicles, although we can get around it for surgeries. The testicles are good.
Oh my
Remember the crazy guy that ran up and down the hallway? Yeah. And, they're after me. They're after me. He still joined. He didn't make it very far, but he joined. I forget what he was. It's funny. He came back and he kind of just sat outside our recruiting station, pointing at us like we did something wrong. We did. But that was Aurora. We had a good time in Aurora, Colorado. It was beautiful out there. I made a lot of good friends. Scott Farrell, if you're recording,
I can't.
all right, whatever.
Temperature.
He was a great guy. A lot of great people out there. Let's move forward though to the people that are here. I got here in 2019 as a recruiter again. Well, as a guidance counselor actually, and I met some outstanding people. Manano, you have been a dear friend to me. Even though we argue all the time, and
All the time.
all the time, but it's fun. But you've been a really good friend. I appreciate everything that you've done for me. I probably wouldn't have made it through these last 3 years without you. Sergeant Major. I can't say a lot about you. I can say a lot about you, but you may not want to hear what I have to say about you. But what I can say is I really appreciate what you did for me because you gave me the chance to be a first sergeant, which, as you guys know, at AGR we don't get those positions very often. But Sergeant Major, you gave it to me. You let me do it for 6 months. I loved every single minute of it.
And he cussed me out.
And I cussed you out. There's a story behind it.
Yeah.
But I really do. You and Colonel Word, I appreciate everything. I truly do. And it will never be forgotten because I got to live my dream being a first sergeant. And it was short-lived, but I still enjoyed every second of it.
That's the only one that made this.
Only one.
And-
Wow, it's amazing.
I even enjoyed you yelling at me. It wasn't that bad because I got to do something I enjoyed doing. Julio!
Yeah.
Julio! My man, you guys all know Julio?
No.
Julio, tell him when you came out to recruiting, just tell him when you joined the Army. 1959. This guy, if you ever want to hear some cool stories, talk to this guy. You're an amazing person, and I appreciate everything you do. I really do. Reeman! Nobody hates you, okay? We all like you. I love you. Hopefully we stay in contact. I really do.
Oh yeah.
Carter. So, all right, First Sergeant Carter, Master Sergeant Carter now, I guess. He was the guy I called when I was a first sergeant because this dude's smart. He's just smart. He knows what he's doing. You're probably just tearing up at operations right now. So.
I always went to you. Legitimately.
So now it's all you, buddy. Forte, everything you did, I appreciate it. Where'd you go? Where's Peterson? He's a great guy. He's a god among men. Jeremy?
Yes.
So he just showed up like a year ago, but this dude, he just let me do whatever I wanted. I didn't have to go to work.
Great idea.
It was awesome. He's a sergeant major, he can do that, but it was really cool, and I really appreciate it.
I'm like, Jason, get this done, and then I have to worry about it.
Well, Captain's on. Man, I love you. And I'm gonna miss you. I hope we do stay in contact. You guys are fun. I think I got everybody. OAF guys, man, I'm glad you guys showed up because somebody's in trouble. Welsh, where is Welsh? Everyone else, thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it. Enjoy the food, enjoy the drink. Watch for stars on the ground. There's holes, don't fall in the holes. There are toilets everywhere. We got 4 bathrooms, so enjoy yourself. Drink as much as you can. Go pee, eat food, have fun. Thank you so much for coming. Don't hold it. I have one last thing I need to say. Where is it? Where are my kids?
Oh, they're all playing. The other one's playing. Do you want us to go get them?
Gwen. Thank you for everything. Without your craziness being a teenager, I mean, we had some fun times, didn't we?
Yeah.
What did I always tell you?
If you're gonna do something, don't get caught.
Don't get caught! And what happened every single time, Sophia?
Hey,
So did
I did
you,
not
young
get
lady.
caught every single time. I did not get caught every single time.
Better than that.
All right, and then Marshall's around here somewhere, but there is one person that's more important than everyone here.
Okay.
And I don't know where.
I'm over here, brother.
So when Nicole and I first started our journey together, she didn't know anything about the Army. She still doesn't, really. But what she did do is support me the entire time. No matter what, I was working till 10 o'clock at night. She would support me. She would actually yell at me, telling me to send my soldiers home. They loved you for that. They loved you for that. But because of her, I was actually able to make it through this whole thing and retire. And I would have lost my mind and probably drove my car off a cliff if it wasn't for her. She is the greatest human being on this planet. And if I could share it with you guys, and I'm not going to, but if I could, I would. If she's all mine. And Nicole, I love you. You're the best. And this is you. This is all you. Because without you, none of this would have happened. Anyways, thank you. Please enjoy the food, enjoy the drink, and thank you for coming. That is all.
Good evening.